a hotspot for unexplained disappearances and alleged UFOs. The Bermuda Triangle has been teasing our imagination for decades. With mysterious disappearances of airplanes, ships, and people, the Bermuda Triangle has spawned a host of conspiracy theories, and just as many books, movies, and even comic books. But how much do you know about the most mysterious corner of our planet? Hello and welcome to another episode of the Infographic Show. Today we're taking a look at 50 shocking facts about the Bermuda Triangle. 50. The Bermuda Triangle extends from Bermuda to Miami and Puerto Rico and covers 440,000 square miles of ocean. 49. Due to so many unexplained disappearances, it is known as the Devil's Triangle. 48. Planes or ships lost in the triangle are often not found. Scientists believe that this is because the Gulf Stream runs near the triangle and quickly removes the debris from the search area. 47. It's estimated that 1,000 lives have been lost in the last 100 years. 46. Despite the apparent danger from alleged sea monsters, aliens, and the ancient city of Atlantis, it's still one of the premier vacation destinations in the world. 45. Situated within the triangle is the U.S. Navy's OUTTEC facility, which stands for Atlantic Undersea Test and Evaluation Center, located on the Andros Island of the Bahamas. The Navy uses the facility to test submarines, sonar, and other weapons, but many believe that they have a part to play in the triangle's disappearances or are investigating the true sources. 44. Pilot Bruce Guerin claimed to have lost 28 minutes as he flew through a time-warping cloud tunnel, which also affected his instruments. Flying from Bermuda to Miami, the 3-hour trip only took a third of the time, and Mr. Guerin believed he had catapulted forward in time. 43. Skeptics point out that it's likely all Mr. Guerin experienced was a very strong tailwind and a well-documented phenomenon known as a roll cloud, which would have had very fast-moving air inside it that propelled the airplane along and could have had static electricity, which would have affected his instruments. 42. On November 5, 1945, the U.S. Navy lost 5 Avenger torpedo bombers and 1 rescue plane sent to locate the missing plane, known as Flight 19, as they flew within the Bermuda Triangle. 41. The flight of Navy Avengers dropped practice bombs at the Hens and Chickens Shoals near Bermuda at 2:30 p.m. and turned north for the second leg of their journey when Flight Leader Lieutenant Charles C. Taylor, an experienced combat veteran at the Pacific Theater, radioed that his compass was malfunctioning. A front blew in suddenly, with heavy rain and gusting winds, disorienting Flight 19. 40. Another pilot near the Florida coast was the first to overhear the flight's radio communications. Taylor relayed that both his compasses were out and he was trying to find Fort Lauderdale. He was sure he was in the Florida Keys but didn't know where. This claim also made no sense, as he had just passed over the Bahamas less than an hour later and now believed they were hundreds of miles off course. 39. Pilots lost in the Atlantic were instructed to point their planes toward the setting sun and fly to the mainland. But for some reason, Taylor believed they had somehow flown into the Gulf of Mexico, hundreds of miles away. So he pointed his planes northeast to try to find Florida. 38. At least one pilot recognized the mistake, saying over the radio, "Damn it, if we would just fly west, we would get home." 37. When fuel began to run low, Taylor prepped his men for a crash landing in the ocean. As the disoriented pilots flew further into the Atlantic, their radio communications became fainter until fading at last into an eerie buzz of empty static.